everyone? Primal here, and I'm almost 4 months into the journey, so about 1/3 of the way, and had my first major setback. So for a little bit of context, I've been trying to qualify for the TFT World Championship, and there have been a bunch of qualifiers and ways to qualify, and unfortunately my season has ended. I had my last tournament that I could have advanced through to make it, and I didn't make it. So obviously I'm disappointed, right? And still bummed about it, for sure. Like, you know, I think the frustrating thing for me is that it feels like for 4 months, I've been putting out more effort and getting less results, competitively speaking, than I did even when I had a job and was playing. Like, you know, I was more consistently high ranks in Challenger when I was playing the game part-time than full-time. Which I guess shows me, hours are not necessarily correlated with results, at least for me in a game like this. But it's still frustrating, because, I went all in on this thing, and it just doesn't feel like it's been going as well as I had hoped, right? So yeah, I took some time off yesterday and this weekend to sort of reflect and just like mentally reset. Although I'm still bummed, I'm definitely not in as bad of a place as I was before. And I just trying to take the long view here, and keep in mind that this isn't something that I should expect to work overnight. Some people are overnight successes, but more often than not, they're not. And even to the extent that they look like overnight successes, it's the result of many hours that you were put in prior to that one night. And B, I'm trying to not view this as failure, right? It's sort of like, viewing this as finding a way that doesn't work, as opposed to viewing it as failure. And it's only failure if I stop, right? So yeah, I'm trying to view it positively, but it's tough, right? Like when you're emotionally invested in something and you spend so many hours and, you've made a lot of sacrifices with your time, and other things that you can be doing, it's hard not to be invested in the outcome. But yeah, now I'm just trying to focus on what I can do going forward. There should be another season 4 of TFT, coming relatively soon, actually. And then at some point, I'm sure they'll announce what the competitive plans are. And hopefully those plans align with my schedule and I get another crack at trying to qualify for the World Championship. And in the meantime, this means that I get to focus more on content and streaming. Now, I think the thing that I've realized over the last 4 months is that although I'm okay with content and streaming, they're not really what I'm passionate about. They're not what make me excited. And I treat them more as a means to an end, that end being creating a financially sustainable situation for myself while I pursue this goal. So yeah, right now, to be honest, I'm not super excited about making more content and streaming, because it's just not really, that's not really the vision, right? The vision was to be a competitive player, like, one of the best, and to make a full-time living off that. Even if I sort of told myself I'm okay with multiple outcomes, I think I've realized I'm not, right? I really want this thing. So I am going to focus more on content and streaming in the meantime, since I have some time. And, I think it'll be good because it'll give me a little bit of time to reset and not be so invested in the results of my TFT games. Inevitably, look, I'm a competitive person, so I'm going to care about the results I'm getting in my games. But now that there's not, larger competitive implications outside of me setting personal goals, hopefully it takes some pressure off, and it'll be really ironic if I end up playing better as a result. That'll actually be really telling if that's the case. And yeah, I'm a little burnt out, which I think is understandable when you're spending like 6 days a week playing a game and being super invested in it. So I think at some point I'll need to take some time away, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep going and do my best and try to really learn and adjust my strategy. Because now I've had enough of the sample size here to understand sort of what doesn't work for me. And I don't know that I know it yet, but I know that I can know it, if that makes sense, right? Like now I have to actually sit down and digest and reflect on it. But look, overall I'm doing fine. Obviously, I'm disappointed in how things went, but that's sort of the hero's journey, I guess, as it were. Not that I'm saying I'm some hero. Where you go through some adversity, even if the adversity is, just like, mental struggle with something or whatever. And then hopefully you come out on the other side having achieved that goal, or new things emerge that change your goals or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna try to refocus, stay positive, and just keep going. And I appreciate anyone who's been watching these vlogs. It's crazy to me that people watch this and supporting me on the way. And I really, really do appreciate it, because it is a pretty lonely path, and with COVID and this, it can be really isolating. And I think people telling me like, hey, like, I'm rooting for you and this has inspired me to do my own thing has been a huge comfort for me. So that's it for this more dour, is dour the right word? Update. And I'm gonna keep going. We got 8 more months to try this, and hopefully the next crack at tournaments I get, I'll be a more improved player because of this experience. So, peace.